I literally heard God say, resistance is what's causing the friction. Resistance is what's causing the friction. So, a lot of you guys are not accepting that you've been betrayed. You're not accepting the fact that this is your life, right? And so you gotta get into the place where you accept things for what they are. Accept that this is your life. Now, if it's someone in your life that's causing you harm or that's causing you distress, obviously you don't have to accept that. But your current circumstances, in terms of your living arrangements, in terms of your career, in terms of your purpose, in terms of your flaws, in terms of how you look, all of these things, right? Accept it for what it is, right? Accept it for what it is. Like, literally, betrayal is literally a catalyst for change. It's the catalyst to purpose. Like, you have to be betrayed. I know it's crazy. Like, literally in the Bible, was it Joseph? He had to be betrayed by his brothers in order to reach the palace. Like, he wouldn't have reached the palace until he was betrayed. So if he would have, resisted the fact that, oh, my brothers betrayed me and all this, and complained, and, went through the circle, not accepting the fact that they did what they did, because at the end of the day, when people betray you, when people do things to you, you can't really do anything about it but change you. You have to accept the fact that it happened, right? But then you can choose how you respond to it, right? So he continued on his journey, and he literally reached the palace, okay? And so that's what I'm trying to say, is that, like, when you resist stuff, that's what's caused the friction, because you're resisting the natural flow of things. You're resisting, like, the way that things are, right? And so you have to accept it for what it is, but you still can create boundaries. You can put things in place that protects you from that moving forward, right? You have to understand that, there are going to be people who's just not going to understand you. There are going to be people who's going to come up against you. This is just the reality of being chosen. Like, you're going to come across these things, but it's only because you're equipped to go through it. Like, as you realize it and you accept it, the way you respond and the way that you deal with it is totally different. Like, it becomes easier. I really, like, as a therapist, like, majority of the work when you're dealing with a client is really helping them learn how to cope and how to have skills to control themselves with dealing with people who are basically unhealed, who people who are irrational, people who don't have impulse control, people who can't regulate their emotions, people who are depressed, people who are toxic, people who do have anxiety. Like, you learn the skills to deal with them people by controlling yourself. See, that's what this is about. And so sometimes you have to be betrayed so you can understand who you are, and so that you can learn how to control yourself, okay? So understanding this season, I want you guys to know, and I'm teaching, and these words, these prophetic words are coming forth because God is preparing you. Like, every new level, you know how they say new devils, like, it's the truth. Like, you're going to be hit basically with the same test. It's just going to be more intensified. It's going to be a lot coming at you at once sometimes, and the only thing that you can do is stand and use your skills and use, the lessons that you've learned over the course of the years, so that you can not be thrown off your square, so that you won't be imbalanced, so that you won't react, so that you won't put yourself in a place where now you're literally sacrificing everything that you worked hard for because you're reacting to something that somebody done that can't control their own emotions. Like, come on now, how that becomes so small to you when you've done the work, okay? So understand that resistance caused the friction, okay? You have to flow, okay? Like I've always say, our body, okay, is 90% water, okay? We gotta flow, okay? We don't want our nervous system to be imbalanced, because when your nervous system is unbalanced, you're anxious all the time, you're worried all the time, you have less confidence. But when you are balanced, then you are not nervous. You are calm, you're at peace, you're at ease. You can respond versus react, okay? If you get to the end of this, go ahead and type that you got to the end. Y'all already know I love to see those who get to the end of my messages, okay? And go ahead and repost this. Somebody else needs to hear it. That's how you stay in tune with the energy of this channel, okay? You reciprocate. It's all about reciprocation, okay? Anything that doesn't reciprocate is dead, okay? It's dead. We have to stay into flow, okay? So don't forget to also like and follow your girl if you're not, because you can count on truth, love, and transparency coming from me. And until next time, y'all stay in peace and not in pieces here. All right now. Peace.